This video is presented by the EA Creator Network. Also, all footage you see was from an early build. That means it was not the finalized build. What's up, boo? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to the dark side, because I am reviewing The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories. And to just get the elephant out the room, yes, my build was buggy. Yes, I had a lot of issues. And yes, I have some thoughts on this pack. So we're gonna get into that. But if you don't know me, hi, my name is ItsmeTroi. I do a lot of mod reviews, mod news here on the channel, and the occasional reviews when we have a new pack. So that's how you know my background and how I'm going into this. And if you're wondering why my review is so late, I want to take a good chunk and play around with it. And I took a lot of notes. Okay, these are all my notes. Also, if you're wondering why this pack was delayed, what was going on with this pack, then make sure you go and you check out the links in the description box below for you. You can be informed. All right, but let's go ahead and just jump right in. I want to get the cast and the build by out the way. So, cast, create a sim. There's no new trait, there's no new aspiration, which I'm not really mad at. I can live without a new trait, a new aspiration. It would have been nice to have a new aspiration that went along with a gameplay feature, like a new career, but I can live without the new trait and the new aspiration, you know, specifically for this pack. When it comes to the feminine clothing, there's a lot of full body outfits for feminine clothing. Okay, a lot. Mainly in wedding dress and formal wear categories. There's new hairs. When you get into the game, it's gonna be like 4, 5, 6. It's gonna be like 7. But in actuality, even a word? Actuality, there's only 4. And I say 4 because there's 3 that really aren't different. Okay, 2 of them are for a veil. One just changes the color of the veil. The other one's like maybe the hair or something like that. And another one is just the hair without the veil. Now, speaking of this veil does not come off. It's only for a straight style. So I don't see why we needed 3 versions of the same hair. I really feel like the veil could have been made for other hair types. To be honest, at first I thought it was a glitch. Like, wait, isn't this the same hair? Then I saw it again. I was like, wait, what's going on? The veil could have been made for all hair types. There's 8 new accessories, including like 4 boutonnieres. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, then, you know, let me know. There's 2 new eyeshadows and there's 1 new hair covering. For the masculine, there's 1 new hairstyle, and it does work with kids. Boutonnieres, of course. There's 4 new shirt styles. My favorite is actually the one with the tie that's undone. I think that's really cute. There's a new ring option. There's 1 lower body. There's 1 new shoe option, and there's 12 full body outfits. Yeah, there's 2 new feminine shoes. But with the 12 full body from the masculine, 3 of which are kind of the same thing. It's like the same exact thing with the hair and the veil, but just for the full body for the guys. And to be honest, a lot of the full body could have had just separate pieces. That way you can mix and match. I really like the head covering. I really feel like we could have just put that in, you know, by itself. Build by. For those of you who know me, I don't really play with a lot of build by objects from packs. Actually, anything. I mainly just use mods. However, there's about 66 buy objects with this pack. Okay. There's a lot of seating. 5 new arches, which to be honest would have been weird if we did it with a wedding pack. Now, I'm not saying we needed 5. I'm just saying if we didn't get any new wedding arches at all, I would have been upset. A new fountain. 3 different sizes of dance floors, and also a brand new piano, which I am in love with. I love the decorative on the tops of the piano. I love that. All right. Now for build, there's 1 new wall paint, no new flooring, 3 new windows, 1 new gate/fence, 3 new roof sculptures, and 3 new doors. So far, just between cast and build buys, this game really has a lot of assets. I do feel like a missed opportunity was the aisles. So like in the game, you can walk down the aisle. Like they're kind of like build objects you put down. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 6 different sizes. It's invisible, and then there's 1 with flowers. And I feel like that could have just been something you put down and you can like drag and move instead of having like 6 individual assets, in my opinion at least. All right, so the world. Rarely we get a world with a game pack, and rarely we get a world as big in a game pack. So Tartosa, which for undisclosed purposes, I'm going to be referring to Tartuga sometimes, mainly because Pirates of the Caribbean, and I have to finish the word with Tartuga. Don't ask me why. Those are the rules. Some points of interest for this world. Actually, this world is pretty big. I believe there's 9 lots in total. Also, there are 2 vacant on start, and there's 2 neighborhoods. So there is the Porto Luminoso and the Terra Amorosa. Some points of interest. Technically, it's an island-ish, an island world world. However, 2 beaches in the Porto Luminoso and then the waterfall area in the Terra Aminoso. And I feel like there are other little groves in Porto that could have been swimmable and they're not. I really feel like those could be like nice little romantic rendezvous points that you can go to and you can swim in, but you can't even get into that area anyway because it's, you know, it's locked. I really feel like those have been used for something. The giant waterfall is beautiful. You can swim in it. You may see some lunas on the water. There's also a bridge above the waterfall that you can propose to. Okay, there's a mosaic walkway to wedding bands. That's actually one of my favorites. It's really cute. There's a small town center in Porto that has the rabbit hole wedding shop that has the cake window. I'm gonna call it the cake window shop because you're just buying cake from there. And the Rabbit Hole City Hall, small maze and a vineyard that's just there for decor, a small love fountain area with a statue, a lighthouse, a canal, and then of course the fountain we get filled by is planted right in front of the little small town area in front of the beach. And that's about it. Like points of interest besides the lot. So missed world opportunities, which I want to get into because as I was playing around, I was like, this would be cool. That would be cool. Gelato shop, the town. It's really 3 things: City Hall, cake, wedding dress, and of course the van for the flowers, but you know, it's there. The dress shop could have been somewhere you can actually go and dress up. Okay, it's a rabbit hole. I feel like the town could have had a lot more. The vineyards could have been functional, little wine tasting in my opinion. Romantic boat rides with the pier. There is a pier off of the main beach you can actually walk down. I was like, wait, can you walk on this? And you can. Now getting into the gameplay. The interactions for this pack, they don't really have an impact on any situation. So I'm talking about the make joke about marriage, expose doubts about marriage, enthuse about upcoming wedding. There's also with the City Hall, you can get married at City Hall, which is another form of eloping. So really there's no excuse to get married in a bathroom stall anymore. Announce engagement. So once you get engaged, you have the option to repeatedly announce your engagement to other Sims, and then a generic message shows up, tells you like, I can't wait, tell everyone else. There's like a wedding party, Sims of honor, officiant, flower pal / ring bearer, and ask different Sims to be into these roles. They do have the option to say no, which actually happened to me my first time. I think it was asking for the ring bearer. No, it was her daughter, and she said no. You do get a buff with Sim of honor, but there's no buff or mood anything with asking for officiant. There are a ton of new events. We have vow renewal, wedding ceremony, which is revised, the rehearsal dinner, reception. You can have a family gathering, a batch party, which is, you know, bachelorette, bachelor party, and engagement dinner. Separate all of these. You have activities that you can put into like goals. Now, all of these events are not timed, but they're goaled in a sense to where you can customize the goals, but they don't really determine like how good or bad the event was, if that makes any sense. Some show up, some don't, depending on what it is. Other than that, there's really no difference between the event, and to be honest, the batch party was kind of a letdown. There's no strippers. I'm not really too mad about the engagement dinner. I did the engagement dinner. I invited some friends. I told them I was getting married. That was about it. Also, I really wish that you can schedule 2 different events on the same day, because with the batch party, you can't. Like, only one of your Sims can have a batch party on that day, and then you have to wait till the next day for your other Sim. And it's like, wait, what? What if your wedding, like the batch party is like the day before the wedding, right? So you basically have to plan 2 days in advance with that. The event UI did get revised with this. You can select a wedding cake. You can edit your outfits from the UI. It looks really nice. It's one of my favorite new features. Another thing when planning your wedding that you can do is you can go visit the flower stall in the cake window in the city market. You can do some window shopping that gives you a buff with the wedding shop against the rabbit hole. So once your Sim clicks on it, like plan outfits, you'll go into there, get your outfit, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Flower stall, you can sell flowers to it. You can buy flowers, individual flowers, and your bouquets. There's 2 versions of the bouquet. The cake window stall, kind of a letdown. It works like any other vendor. It's just the wall, and I really do wish that you can do some cake testing and your Sims just buy like a single slice of cake. Now, I do wish there was an option for cake testing and you get an assortment of cakes, and you can say your Sim like this one, your Sim didn't like this one. Of course, when you eat something, your Sim gets like a little buff, like, oh, I enjoyed that meal. There's also a food stand as well. Serves like the new 3 types of food. If we're gonna be real honest here, I forgot to do all that. I wish you can buy your wedding cake from that vendor instead of getting it in slices. In order to get your cake, you have to order it from the computer, and then you designate it in your inventory to be your wedding cake. I do want to say that the world itself is beautiful. Nothing against the world itself. All right, so moving on to the actual wedding, which majority of my books came from. So before we even knew about this pack, the one thing we wanted to work with weddings was having your Sims sit the fuck down when you're getting married. You know, we kind of got our wish. All-in-one interactions that command, you click, and it's like all Sims do X, Y, and Z, whether it's time to have food, time for first dance, gather for drinks, etc., etc. Now, gathering for toast didn't work for me. Gathering for the flower throwing didn't work for me, and I was actually kind of excited for that. You know, throwing up the bouquet, dancing, gathering for the first dance didn't work for me. The guests kind of gathered for the wedding ceremony itself. However, I did it in one of the wedding videos that had 2 different arches. Not going to the arch I had clicked on. When I wanted to do the officiant didn't even stand up, and it was just kind of all over the place. It ruined the immersion a little bit when Sims didn't do what I wanted them to do, and I was kind of upset. It's, again, about the bouquet. I wanted to throw the bouquet, but it didn't work. The first dance worked, but they just didn't gather for it. Throwing whites, they just stand in the middle of the aisle or really up to your face when they're doing it, and I wish they didn't do that. It's like, why would you be right there? Also, a few things that went wrong. Guests picked up the wedding cake. Like, I was trying to cut the cake, they picked it up. Also, it said it had to be like in the middle of the table. I put it on the perch, and it's like, it's there, but it didn't work. They picked it up, and then they glitched out, and then they dropped it on the ground. There was no real chaos for the wedding. That's one of the things I love. Like, I'm not a cast person, I'm not a build person, mainly a gameplay person, and I love chaos in my game. There's really no chaos that happens. You can tell someone to get out of your event, but that's most you can get. I really wish that you can crash people's weddings, but here are some missed opportunities with gameplay. All right, a wedding planner freelance career, that would have been cute. Just how you can have, you know, the dream home decorator, you can be a interior designer. I really wish you could design weddings. I also wanted to have Camila and Dominique on a lot. They show up throughout the world. My Sims met them randomly in the town. They could even made them the wedding planners instead of these 2 random families that make weddings, and it's like, huh? Autonomous everything. If this was the pack to bring in autonomous wedding proposal, autonomous getting invited to wedding events, this was the pack. It doesn't happen. Sims asking you to be in their wedding party as well. I want to be someone's Sim of honor. I don't want to manipulate it myself. But some things that I did like was how the world looked. I love that. Easy event coordination. Each Sim can have their own of honor, and you can just like designate them in the actual event panel. The event UI update, the new interactions, even though they don't do anything, I do love new interactions, and the builds by other creators. And just, one more thing of missed opportunities. I wish you can actually send out invitations. All right, so all in all with this game pack, besides the bugs can be fixed. Now, is the pack worth it? You're probably wondering, like, Troy, do you like it? Do you don't like it? And it's like a 2-part answer, yes and no. I'm not a big cast person. However, the amount of assets that have been put into this pack for a game pack, a lot. Also, the fact you get a world with the game pack. I think I've bitched before to get a world with the game pack. Bigger lot than like the Spellcaster world. And we got that. Beautiful. I love that. And you can just play with that, and you don't really have to do all the other gameplay features. Now with the gameplay features, minus the bugs, there are some missed opportunities, like I said, throughout the pack. So I feel like I'm still going to get married in a bathroom stall. The events I feel like need to be fleshed out more. There are a lot, but there's really no difference between them besides the activities. I would like to see them build on the activities, same way they have with the clubs. The clubs have a ton of options. I would have loved to see some options there. I feel like without the bugs, I would have enjoyed it more. I would have been like, yeah, he's pretty good, pretty solid. Like, the bugs really did it in for me. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of the pack. You watched my review, at least I hope you watched all the way through. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye, boo.